はい、それでは話ストーリーやっていこうと思います。昨日は途中までやってましたが、メモとかの内容、ゲーム内でのタグ登録とか全然できてなかったんで、そこら辺をして終わってました。最後、多分もうすぐ終わるかなと思うんですけど、サイモンのワードが残り20ちょいかな、25、6くらいかなと思うんで、その中で重要なのもそこまでなくて、多分花のワードが重要なんじゃないかなと思ってるんですけども、そこら辺埋めながらやっていこうかなと思います。メモ帳はね、気持ち程度見といてもらったらいいんじゃないかなと思います。いらんとこ削るか。これいらないね。ダイヤもいらない。しときましょうか。今のところ重要なのが多分ワード数かなと思うので、サイモンが50にね。ということはあと 23？ ってことかな。で、29までワード埋めできてるので、じゃあサイモンと、地下室あたりからちょっと、サイモン、地下。サイモン出てますね。そのまま地下で。おお、出てきましたね。結構出て、地下は4件だからこれで終わりか。ちょっと読んでって、ワード入りそうなものがあったら入れていく感じにしましょうか。うん。初めの方ですね。袋。はいはいはい。死体を見つけたってですか。あ、自分の家の地下ってことか、これ。黒がガムテープって珍しいけどね。まあ特に内容としてそこまでなかったかな。父親とかは出てきたけど。ちょっと、これあれだね。映像だけで残されてて、やり取りの中には残ってないんですけど、なんか、イブとか花の名前を出したのがこの辺りでしたね、確か。
Well, fine, considering.
何飲んでんだろ
う。I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled.
家宅捜索されてるみたい。
Obviously, I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said.
あの話なのか。
But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out.
何?
And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So.
何飲んでんだろう。ガリガリガリガリしながら混ぜるもんってなんだろう。まあどうでもいいか。よいしょ。こっちもか。
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently.
二人の話か
な。The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other.
花とイブの話ね。
We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar.We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch. To make sure the alibi stuck.
時計壊したみたいな感じか。おー映るね。死体にするか。結構出てきますね。死体6件クリップ出てくるんだ。じゃあまず見てないやつから見ますか。
The bruise.
あざ?
I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policeman. I found the body.
結局2人でやってたってことなのかな。
His body didn't look real. His throat.
切られてたのか。
It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses.
メガネか。
He doesn't always wear.
減っただけか。なるほどね。じゃあまあ仲直りかな。あ、出てくるんだ。サイモン全然出てこないな。
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back.
ああ、はい。
Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there.
グラスゴーかなんから帰ってきたみたい。
Is there a bin?
都社にしては液体多いな。ってことはこれがサイモン30か。22もまだワード残ってるね。日記って検索したんだっけ。素の検索出てくるんだこれ。
Black coffee, thanks.
Oh.
No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
どうでもいい話してそう。
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. It's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
関係なさそうな話してるね。じゃなくて時計って調べたんだっけ結局。腕時計は調べてるか、時計で調べてみるか。ないか。日記は調べたんだよね。日記やってる、共有もやってる、仲直りし。なんか出てきてるね。
We loved our cat, Domino.
猫。これか。
He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and
これが木に置いてた
just
猫。
writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
暗号。そうだな。猫ってこれだったんだな、言ってあったの。漢字じゃ出えへんわけか。
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
あ、そこで猫が出てきてるんだね。
No, no cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino.
あ、両親が。
It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it. When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code, something prisoners of war would use.
戦争管理。
We'd tap them out on radiator pipes
モールス信号
or
なんですかね。
metal. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any.
うん。
Bought a cat anyway.
これ昔の話か。要はそんだけ違ってるね。メモか。あ、これも1個だけか。信号。秘密。ああ、なんか出てくる。1日か。じゃあ結構もう参りかけの時だ。
Okay, you got me.
うん。
I'll confess.
お
We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense
Simon
it,
did.
pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
サイモンの31。
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets.
うん。
It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
ここら辺もでも結局もう最後の3日の話以外あんまり意味はないんだよな。ああ、最初の方か。最初はとどでもないけど。
Well, she has a knife.
うん。
But, she's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill.
彼っつったらサイモンっつったらいい。
Because he's ill and he might die.
結構あるんだよな。
It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends.
死ってあったんだ今。そうだな。ああ、出てくるんだ。
It's all that matters, really. The baby.
Oh.
Simon's dead, but the baby, That's how he will live on. Our baby.
やっぱり見てると本人だよな。
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly?
グレース・ケリ
She
ー。
died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams.
こ
We
れ
used to
共
wake
有
up
ってわ
and
けこ
write
れで
them
きてん
down
の
in our diaries immediately and compare them.
もう一回ノート調べてみるか。
Like I said before, it was 3, something like that.
3時。
I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut.
喉
There
か
was a lot of blood. Yeah, he was dead.
おいおい光るね。ああ結構出てくるね。何それ。
On his throat. How?
お短っ。彼の喉につったこれは。彼っつったりサイモンっつったり、ほんま
On his throat. How?
やっぱこれ別人かな。
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present, another mirror.
鏡。
Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
核。ってことは。ん？チャット？どんな感じだ？終わったか？え？誰？まだ。もう終われるってこと？もう終われるってこと？もう終われるってこと？ めっちゃ多いじゃんこれ。あ、
No.
これサイ
He
モン。
was, everyone loves Simon. He was so nice to everyone. He loves me.
Yes.
It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
なんか声聞こえてくる。
But on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
Hmm. これ最初か。
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
これ彼って言ったサイモンって言っ
It wasn't the present so.
た。ああ、またか。どっちがイブでどっちが花なんだろう。1分か。
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5.
あ
It was my
あ、昔の
birthday.
話かこれは。
My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements. 鏡自体がああ結構あるね。 The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
Hmm. ちょっと。君のお母さんがなぜあんなことをしたのか。答えを求められてんのが。何？君のお母さんが母。
was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
母の話か。
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
難しい話すんな俺。
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana.
Ava.
But I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Hmm. 答えを求められてるんだけど。
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me.
うん。
Do you want to hear the story? It's a real life fairy tale.
とぎ話。わかんねえな。わからんな。なぜあんなことをするか。お、いや、適当に入ってしてしまった。サラが見てる。わかんなかった。これ、解説聞かんとわかんのじゃない？全編つなげて聞きたいと。サラが呼んでんのこれ。わかんねえ。誰？わかんねえ。事件の内容はなんとなくわかるけど。母が何をしたか。
Then she told me she wanted to help more. She said I should move in with her. She would come clean with Simon about me. I was family. I couldn't have a baby in a bedsit. I told her I didn't want to tell Simon. Told her to wait for the time being.
難しいな。これ難しい。
before reaching here. Oh, I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon is dead. But I have my baby to care for.
赤ちゃん生まれてるんだ。
Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
めっちゃ出てくんな。心理テストの頃かな。
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine. An affair. Simon wasn't having an affair. No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon. Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday.
これ別人かどうか確認されてんのかな。
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can.
Hmm. 終わったことになっちゃってるんだな。なぜあんなこと。まだ最初だね。
Suicide? No. I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself? No. When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
ああ。
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital.
ってことは、花はグラスゴーに行ってたのかな。で考えるならイブが 殺したってことかな。
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Mm. わかんないね。Oh.
Bruce? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen and the chair slipped and I kind of hit the door with my face. It hurt like hell.
あ、ここであざの話をされてる。
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
触る方間違えてるな。
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policeman. I found the body. If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull our hands to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. And she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Mm. なるほど。Oh.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not books so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Hmm. あれなんか今調べたいわと思った。
No.
タトゥーか。結構あるね。
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
わかんねえよ。ヘビとリンゴ。
So I moved out. Got a small bed sit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings. So I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist. He saw me singing one of my shows, pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was, but he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, well, that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
これで 50% なんだ。あ、そう。あ、そう。あ、そうなんだ。これ 50% なんだ。これ 50% なんだ。なるほどね。あ、これ見たらどれがどれか分かったんだ。なるほどな。最後ら辺が埋まりきってないんだね。途中も空いてるけど。なるほどな。まあ、ということで、これで一旦終わるかなと思います。なぜやった理由。まあではいまいち分かんなかったな。はいって適当に言っちゃったけど。まあちょっとなんか、また裏でカチカチちょっとしながらやってみます。ということで、お疲れ様でした。なんともパッとわからんかったな、最後。